Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Grand Stream. We're gonna have a lot of fun this evening. We're gonna be drawing the names of the lucky tankers who will be winning lots of prizes, big prizes from the Marathon X event that we've been having for the Tanki Online 10th birthday. We've got dream tanks, we've got millions of crystals, we've got physical prizes, iPads, and all sorts of stuff. We're going to be connecting with the Russian live stream shortly, or maybe we are already connected. I'm not sure. Yeah, because I can't really see. Right, okay, now I can see. And Kasim is going to be drawing the names of those lucky tankers, and I'm going to be commentating in English. Now, the plan is to pretend that I know what he's talking about and that I can translate Russian. In actual fact, I don't, but I have a script. So I'll be able to follow that. So it seems we are live, and I can't really hear what he's saying. So let's see. Yeah, anyway, I can't hear the audio. So basically, we're gonna start with the Dream Tank, and just as a reminder, the people who are gonna go into this draw are the people who had 3 or more points in the marathon. Okay, overall in the marathon. We have 2 marathons, the Russian and the international one, and we will have a list with all the participants of both major communities together. Okay, all of those people who had 3+ points. We have a total, from what I can see here, we have a total of 421 participants in the draw. These are unique nicknames, okay? And we'll be drawing a random winner. And this person will get a dream tank, which consists of well, the player's choice of a turret, hull, protection module. Right, that's it. Yeah, turret hull protection module of their choice at the maximum level available at their rank. Okay, so if you're a legend, then you get like M4. If you're something lower, you get up to that level. So I think Kasim has just pasted the nicknames, and you can see the ones that have INT in front are international players, and those who have GRU in front are Russian players. So he's getting ready to push the start button, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. We'll get one lucky winner of a dream tank. By the way, we'll stick around because we're gonna have lots of other prizes. We're also gonna have after this draw, after the whole Marathon X draw happens, we're gonna have a conversation with Hazel, with Semyon Strizhak. And he's gonna be answering
right here in the bushes.
sitting right there in the bushes. We don't want to know. Okay, we have the first winner with a rather interesting nickname. So this person gets.
Are you really picturing me sitting in the bushes right now?
I'm trying to avoid that mental image, to be honest. I'm trying
It's
to.
already ingrained in your brain. You cannot go away.
Yeah, kind of stuff you can't unsee, like when Max and I had Banya. So, yeah, let's see. This is legend. This guy is a legend or girl, and they've got quite a nice garage in there. Yeah, legend. Yeah, legend 31. Nice. So this person is getting full M4 turret hull and protection module of their choice. Congratulations! So that's the first winner. And that comes from the Russian community, but don't worry, we have many more prizes coming, so stick around. Okay, the next one is gonna be the winner from the 3652 contest, as you can see on screen right now. Kasim is showing landing page in Russian. We have the equivalent in English. You've probably seen it. Um, I dream about it at night, considering how many times I've had to look at that page. Still get nightmares from it. Uh, so in this giveaway, in this draw, we're going to choose one player out of those who got 3,652 kills between the server restart on June 3rd and the server restart on June 12th. Okay? Again, all of the players from all of the communities are going to be together in this draw. And we're going to pick one lucky winner. Again, we the players will be marked with a prefix to show which community they're in, and the winner of this draw is going to win a Prestigio Grace 3201 4G tablet. It's a pretty neat prize. I think this is probably one of the biggest events we've had so far, where we've given out so many prizes. We've given out headphone sets and mice and all sorts of stuff, and now tablets and iPhones. Pretty sweet. So here we can see Kasim has pasted in the list of players who are participating in the giveaway, who earned a ticket into the giveaway by doing 3,652 kills in that period that I mentioned, during the period of this event. And let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. Kasim is hitting his head for some reason. I don't understand why. But I guess it must be all good. I'm not sure whether...
As a matter of fact, I can't even tell you what is going on because I don't listen to Russian stream either.
Yeah, I can't hear what they're saying. All I can see right now, because my picture is in front of Kasim, all I can see is a shiny dome just moving left and right and just...
Little to be known, but this is actually the first prototype of Titan's Overdrive.
Nice, okay, we have a winner,
Sure,
Luigi. Well done, Luigi. Well done, you win a Prestigio Grace tablet. And this is someone from the European community, so yeah, cool stuff. And yeah, another... No, that's the previous winner. See, Commander. Okay, Commander rank. Nice. Nice, Luigi. Mario and Luigi. Okay, I was expecting that actually. Cool. So, we're going on to the Tanki Fund. And here we have a total of 96 prizes to give away, including iPads and crystals. So a few numbers. First of all, let me just remind you how the Tanki Fund works. The Tanki Fund worked actually. You bought the bundle, you got the paint from the bundle, and you were also entered into this Tanki Fund draw. And the draw would go up by 200,000 crystals for every bundle purchased, and we would add a winner, a potential winner, for every 500,000 crystals added. So currently we stand at 48,180,000 crystals to be won, and there are going to be 96 guaranteed winners. Okay, as I said earlier. And this is how they're going to be distributed. We're gonna have 77 players who will get 100,000 crystals each. 11 players who will get 1 million crystals each, 4 players who will get 5 million crystals each, and 1 player who will get 10 million crystals. And if you work that out, it works a bit. It works to a bit more than what the fund that it actually is. But we added 520,000 crystals just to make it a round figure. Okay, and of course, three three players will be randomly picked from among those, and they will get an iPad each. So let's see what happens. So currently we're still waiting for Kasim to start preparing for the draw.
Чтобы все четенько билось, мы немножко накинули. Мы накинули 520 тысяч кристаллов.
Guys, in the meantime, like while Kasim is talking, I want to remind you a bit about the announcements we posted today. We have the July challenge that is starting tomorrow morning with the server restart, and we have the War for Space that is also starting tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So for the War for Space, you have to go to the special. You have to go to the garage and buy the special bundle. Not the special bundle, the special paint, the distributor paint, and the distributor paint will automatically assign you one of three paints: Earth, Mars, or Venus. And depending on what paint you get, you will be added to a particular faction. And the faction that reaches 6 million stars first wins. And there are multiple tiers of prizes, and also those people who get a certain number of stars will enter a draw to win a Nokia 5.1 Plus smartphone. But let's get back to the Russian stream. It seems like Kasim is getting ready to paste in the nicknames of the participants.
Meanwhile, what is your favorite war in space?
My favorite what?
Your favorite what? Right. Mine one is the Expanse series. Have you seen that one?
No. Actually, I'm not a big science fiction nut, to be honest.
I could see why. Okay.
Meh.
But I like that one. If you're interested, Expanse is the, in my opinion, best one because it's the only one I know where rockets fly like, rockets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they use in railguns in space over thousands kilometers, so it's kind of rocks and it's kind of cool. You should watch it. I really like that one.
Send me the name a bit later, and I'll have a look at it. I trust your good
Oh, do
judgment when it
not
comes to
worry.
these things.
Every fan in the chat will remind you about the Expanse. They all know. Only you don't know. You know how it works. Okay, let's get back to the Kasim. I guess he's about to
Kasim
start.
Abdullah. So the first 77 players. 77 players who will get
Kasim Abdullah ibn Baldhead.
Ibn Fartas.
Okay.
Fartas means bald in Maltese. Okay, so 77 players who will get 100,000 crystals each. And maybe if Kasim decided to actually push the button, we could get moving. Guy, have you ever noticed how much the guy talks?
Like really, in the previous stream, it's always about him. He was speaking in Russian. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
He couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
All that guy.
He's a spotlight leech. Okay, we've got our 77 winners coming up one by one, taking its sweet time.
Кристаллы я зачислю сразу после нашего стрима в течение
Necronomicon.
Oh, they got new fancy animations.
Yeah.
Christ, it's boring. Why so long? It should be faster.
Because otherwise Kasim won't have enough time to talk. Okay. So we have our 77 winners. Congratulations. And you win 100,000 crystals each. How to win? So Fortnite Mobile is asking how to win. Well, that ship set sail a few days ago. I'm sorry. And I'm not there. Yeah. Next, 11 winners who will get 1 million crystals each. My face looks really shiny on camera. I should have put on some makeup.
Nah, he's just Kasim Ballhead.
Yeah, it's the overexposure.
It overshines on your face.
Yeah.
И Saint Railgun. Заценили, как я быстро читаю эти ваши ники, написанные...
Seriously, I'm like, how much time should it take? Okay, he's about to press it. Come on. Yay!
Каждый, напоминаю, получает...
Tio Mobile 72. Okay, big fan.
You know, I could really go on a Russian stream and listen what he's actually saying, but believe me, it will be really boring. Something, you know, like, wow, cool nicknames. Like Podstava nickname or which one? Destroyed? Nice nickname. Yeah, right.
Okay, almost everyone from winners are Europe. Only one in US. Well, yeah. Okay, so Mr. Zero To is saying like it's only one winner from US, but you have to understand that the communities, there's such a big difference in size. You know, so it's pretty normal. So next we're getting 4 winners who are going to get 5 million crystals each. So crystal millionaires now. And we have, like, why do these nicknames have to be so complicated?
Because most of them are Russians?
No.
Yes, look at that nickname. I'm your mosquito. Can't you see that?
How is that I'm your mosquito?
It says Я твой комар, which is I'm your mosquito. It's really complicated stuff, but it's Russian nickname.
Yeah. Oh my.
Maybe he's Polish.
Okay, could be. Okay, one winner who gets 10 million crystals.
Sentry Doe, really? Oh god.
Why? Why? What's the...
It's a postfix of a clan. I believe he's from the clan. Or is it... I don't know. Okay.
Okay, congratulations, Sentry DOW. And you win 10 million crystals. Nice. Now, let's see the 3 players who are gonna get an iPad each.
And he's really going to talk. Okay, we should look for topics to discuss while he's at it.
Yeah, we were talking about
the Expanse series.
No, we were talking about War for Space.
Oh yeah.
You can win. You can get containers, and yeah, you can win a Nokia 5.1 Plus smartphone. And then there's the
nice juicy flesh of an alien specimen. Just
what? Yeah, and then
that
there's the May. There's the May challenge. Shut up. There's the May challenge.
Fine. I don't have many time to talk, you know.
Okay, we have the winners. We have the winners.
That's a nice nickname. Oh, Kasim, how could you let that happen?
Kasim looks like a hard-boiled egg, someone is saying here.
Especially when you have a nickname with the English equivalent of a damn bass.
Yeah.
There was one of those.
No, we've had worse. We've had worse. Okay.
I know, right? But you know, like last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Baka Baba Yaga.
Close call. Okay, so these 3 players win an iPad each, and now time to draw the big contest. We've got 9 prizes for the tankers who took part in the June challenge. And this is how it worked, okay? This is how we explained it in the announcement. So this is how it works. You have 3 tiers, okay? People who earned 200 plus stars, people who earned 1000 plus stars, and people who earned 2000 plus stars. Okay? There are 3
то вы попадаете в
prizes
первую
in
группу.
each tier.
От 1000 до 2000 вы попадаете
And
во вторую группу. И свыше
the
2000
people in the lower tier
звезд вы попадаете в третью группу.
are eligible to win one of those 3 prizes, and Kasim is showing them in on the screen right now. Okay? The people in the middle tier are eligible to win one of the prizes from their tier or one of the prizes from the lower tier. And those at the top tier, those who made 2000 plus stars, can win one of those 9, any one of those 9 prizes. Now here's the interesting thing, okay? Potentially, you could win a prize. If you're on the top tier, you could win a prize from each tier. Okay, so if you win a prize from the lowest tier, you can't win a second prize from the lowest tier, but you'll still be eligible to win in the second tier and in the third tier. So that's how it's gonna work. And we've got an iPad. We've got 100 in the lowest tier. We've got 100,000 crystals, 20 containers, and an Apple iPad Mini up for grabs. In the second tier, we've got 300,000 crystals, 50 containers, and an Apple iPhone XR. And in the third tier, we have 500,000 crystals, 100 containers, and an Apple iPad Pro up for grabs. So let's see who our lucky winners are going to be. We're going to start with the first draw. Okay? But Kasim would rather go around the boxes with the mouse. See? He has such control on the mouse.
It's a famous Russian game, you know, called Rush B. Yeah, I did that. I did that.
Right now I'm looking at myself in playback and just looking at the facial expressions that I'm making. And I think, like, how do I come up with this stuff? It's like, sometimes it's even disturbing. Again, he goes around the box.
His bald head is more disturbing than your facial expressions because he is above you all the time with his baldness.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the paint description that I wrote for one of the new paints?
Actually, I didn't really look at it.
I'm gonna look it up, and you're gonna have a good laugh about this.
I guess it's going to be a surprise. Is this about alien skin?
Yeah.
I guess okay.
Where
I
was
guess
it?
I can figure this out.
It was about like this alien who escaped from the Tanki Online bunker, and now he's working in the Tanki Online office. Do you see that?
Jesus Christ, how many bunkers do we have?
Oh, we can't tell them that.
Literally filled with aliens.
I have to find it and read it out to you. I had a good laugh.
You're really going to do it right now? Okay, do it right now.
Yeah. It's paint transact, because we've got nothing else to do anyway.
Like, really? Okay, you say that on stream in front of all of these people. Did you hear that, guys? He have literally nothing else to do but writing funny descriptions to paints.
Okay. We have the first 3 winners. Oh, he's gonna pull them out one by one, of course. Let's see.
Another hour of scrolling coming right up.
Okay, so here's the description. Okay, this is for the alien skin paint. Straight out of Tanki Online's secret bunker in the quiet town of Chernushka, Russia. This paint was developed from the skin graft samples extracted from an alien. It is said that the alien used mind control powers to manipulate its way into Tanki Online's office. Now it works there as an employee.
Oh, yeah, I have seen Chernushka's reference there.
Right?
I remember that now. Okay.
We have the first winner. I have no idea what this winner won. I guess it's the because I can't hear what he's talking about. I guess it's the crystals probably or the containers. Anyway, now it works. There's an employee. It is virtually undistinguishable from a regular human being. Its only striking characteristic is its shaved head, which acts as a solar panel. So this
Nice
is the
job.
description.
Nice job.
Нашелся. Мы его уже из
Because
этого
you
So
know how
when
it
we will
goes, you know.
have
убираем.
yeah,
Yeah,
so when
c-
we'll
c-
have an aliens reference, it's going to be me with my ponytail.
Здесь уже
yeah, possibly.
68
Great. Always
No,
wanted to be
the
part of that story.
kind of like what's it called, Avatar? You know, where they connect with their hair.
Oh
Could be
god.
something like that.
Волосатое стекло.
No,
They've said they're gonna be second, third, and fourth movie. Like what? When I heard that, I was like, oh my god, what are you doing, guys?
could you? They make money off those, you know.
It's gonna be new Star Wars, but lame and blue. Oh my god.
Yay! We have our second winner, and again, we have no idea what they've won. But we'll find out when there's the announcement. Obviously, I'm guessing the iPad Mini is gonna be the last name drawn.
Today, in a maximum conspiracy of a bald head guy who is trying to make Cedric literally uncomfortable with the shine of his bald head, and not telling us what's actually these people are going to get.
Are you able to listen to what he's saying? At least give us an idea of what these people are
I
winning.
have not listening to what he's saying. I'm sitting right here, right now.
Okay.
You know, because if I'll have two streams today,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be toasted.
Ah, yeah, right. And you're doing it from home, or from the office?
Yeah, from home because office should be closed in a few minutes.
Ah, right. Yeah.
This is why Kasim is actually taking his time. You know, really, what's he doing? I will need to rewatch the Russian stream to understand what he's actually saying.
Maybe
This
he's
must be
commenting.
something. Yeah, must be something really like interesting.
Christos132, you win one of 3 items, but we don't know which one. But congratulations anyway. Like right now, the guys go, "Oh my god, what have I won?"
Oh my god, what's he doing with his face? I've just watched the stream and he looked in a different. Oh my god.
That
Half of
look,
his face is gone from this. Oh my god, no!
that looks
Oh.
like something. That looks like something from
He's an alien! You was right! Oh my god!
Do you remember Trip to the Moon, Méliès?
It's one with the cannon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh
That
my god.
looks like something like that, you know, special effects from 1902.
Okay, at least he's got his face shaved off. You know, winkle
Oh,
winkle.
again, look, he's behind the screen.
Well, something interesting he does on the stream while he's speaking.
Mhm.
God knows what he's speaking, but something interesting is happening.
Yeah, we can see his eyebrows going up and down.
And it's almost not disturbing.
You know, we should do some kind of motion capture thingy where we draw a smiley face on his forehead, and as he moves, the smiley face moves along with it. Maybe I can tell Fabi to do it next time. Oh, and Kasim graces us with his face now. Actually, yeah. That's because I got out of the way, which is a good idea.
I see someone in the chat said that my what was it called? Sound level is a bit too high. Is that so?
I don't know. I can hear just fine. Maybe our broadcaster will fix it.
Okay. Just
Anyone
wondering.
tell me if everyone wins crystal in Tanki Fun Bundle? No, not everyone wins crystals in the Tanki Fun Bundle. Only those 96 people that we drew.
8000
So, second second
566 сейчас будут
prize
участвовать
set,
в этом
what is
розыгрыше.
whatever it is.
Да.
Yeah, second set of prizes:
И
300,000
мы
crystals,
берем все,
50 containers, and Apple iPhone
согласовываем,
XR.
уже не
I'm
так
guessing
долго
he's gonna start with the crystals.
применяется, но по-прежнему, смотрите,
And
друзья,
we
я
have three
нажму
winner.
на кнопочку.
We're gonna have three winners, but I remind you that the people eligible for
Здесь
these
немножко видите, что он
prizes
движется
are those
еле-еле,
who did
но
between
прежде всего
200,
очень и
sorry,
очень много
between
уников. Ладно, довольно болтовни.
1000
Сегодня вот прям себя тоже
and
настраиваю на эту
2000
штуку.
plus.
Первый
So
приз второй
tiers 2
категории.
and
Это
3.
3
Okay,
сотни
people in
тысяч
tiers 2 and
контейнеров.
3 are eligible to win one of these three
3
prizes.
тысяч кристаллов,
Again, we're scrolling the names for your benefit so that you can read them. Did you catch them all?
Погнали.
Did you catch them all?
Андрей Crazy. Это
Get your pocket
Wow, people
fear
in the
out.
chat doesn't know who you're talking to. Who do you talking to, Cedric? Who's the guy? Who's the guy in the bush?
Guy. Yeah.
The guy without of his camera for some reason.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of that when we actually start interviewing you.
Okay, okay.
Remember, I told you how we were gonna work this out. Yeah. Anyway, with us here we have Hazel Ra or Semyon Strizhak.
Or the guy who's gonna bore you to death in an upcoming hour.
Now, actually, what's gonna happen is we have this massive thread on the forum, which is the complaints book. It's called, and this is where everybody dumps their complaints about the game, and like legitimate complaints, and even sometimes.
And
Okay, we have our
sometimes
first.
really funny ones.
Yeah, we have our
Actually,
first winner, by the way, Andre Crazy.
He's Italian, come on.
No, that would be Andrea. Anyway, and basically, we're gonna go through the whole list, or as much as we have our second winner. Congratulations! We're gonna go through the whole list of complaints, and Hazel is gonna address all of them, or at least as many
Is
of
that
them
the
as he can.
nickname of the Pakistani? Is this his name? You got interesting name, Pakistani.
Yeah, he's one of our he's an esports player, the Pakistani. He was involved in some pretty big teams in the past.
Interesting point out from the chat. Hazel is talking slowly, but he's in the vlogs, he doesn't. Well, it happens for the reason because in the vlogs, most of the time I'm reading the script, and right now I'm just been doing stuff,
Improvising.
Improvising with the stuff from my head.
No, but you actually speak surprisingly well, for someone who's not a native speaker. You don't have any problems coming up with the right
Weird
word.
ways to say easy stuff that every other person speaking English can speak really easy, but I have struggled with. Like punctuation.
Okay,
in the
so
speech.
third winner. Okay, from the second tier, I'm guessing they win the iPhone XR.
And he must be Polish too, because this is page. Sounds like Polish.
Yeah, or German.
Or German. No, actually, page. Actually, there is a Russian word, but it's really weird one, so I guess he's Polish.
My hair is like really looking weird right now.
What's kind of funny is actually I've been playing, Papers, Please recently, and I have read lots of those words for a while, and I'd be like, oh my god, this is that game all over again, but with a bald head on the back front.
Yeah.
Imagine that guy asking you papers, please.
So what's happening now? Is it? I think that. Oh, this is the third player, I guess. Yeah, this is the third player from the second tier.
Datebayo! Data boss! Nice one. Okay, good, great.
I don't think important to tell.
I'm actually looking at the nicknames. Seems actually putting on the screen right now. I have no idea where he's getting those. Maybe there is a conspiracy.
But is he showing tier 3, maybe?
И
I can't hear him, so I have no
You want me
idea.
to call him and ask
Юрий
in the middle of the
Бойко
stream?
Кинг. Очевидно,
You could.
That would be hilarious, actually. Imagine I'm calling him on a Russian stream and asking that on the English stream we cannot figure out what he's actually giving to people, and we ask him to point out with his finger, and he's putting his finger on the side of the screen, like right now, and that finger goes out of the camera bounds, and we have that picture again.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
can be easily photoshopped in anything.
Yeah. Good idea.
Понятно.
Yuri Boyka King.
Но на самом деле...
Nah, he's Polish. Come on.
Конечно,
No conspiracy there.
Yeah, maybe.
главный приз.
It's like King Boris.
Вы знаете вообще, что такое iPad Pro? Это
Igor,
дорогая
Igor.
штука. Это
Igor,
крутая
okay.
штука. Тонкий, большой, он больше
Well,
стандартного.
actually, on the
Он
topic of
1
Papers,
дюйм,
Please,
большущий.
for some reason, at the same time when I was playing Papers, Please, the PewDiePie's actually went up and played Papers, Please. He been talking Russian during stream sometimes.
PewDiePie
And that
speaks
was-
Russian,
He's trying to learn it or something. So when he said 12 or 11, I was like, what? What? He's going. What? Am I going crazy? No, he's actually speaking Russian. And I was like, okay.
Что там еще, ребят?
Matryoshka Bololaika.
Выбираем.
Like we always do.
Babushka.
Бабушка, да.
Не помню, что труд.
Yeah, Babushka always reminds me about Friedrich Gauss when we were doing
Oh, that one. So
Yeah.
guys, imagine that. We have been using a placeholder when we were testing Gauss, and the placeholder for the picture in the garage was actually the picture of the Gauss himself,
The
like
person-
Friedrich.
Yeah.
Friedrich Gauss, yeah. And the people who's working for the community management, all of those people actually thought that this is some kind of
Old lady.
babushka, grandmother, lady, some sort of. And we'd be like, why are you smoking, guys? It's a Gauss himself. How do we supposed to know? And I'd be like, oh, okay, well,
Never
don't
mind.
care. We had that coming. We had that coming,
Okay, we've got another winner, Aimba, and it sounds kind of Latin American, I think.
Nah, he's Japanese. Aimbo.
Oh, tomorigato. So looks like next is the iPad Pro, I suspect. Mr. Bro says PewDiePie found an epic treasure.
Nah, we don't buy that until he gets to the 100 million subscribers. You know the rules. No brofists. Oh, he's actually found an epic treasure in Minecraft. It's a Minecraft Monday! Great, I'll have something to watch when I'll be done with the stream.
Okay. You should add the wasp gets self-destruction from its bomb. It's very irritating.
Well, again? Oh, come on.
Someone is saying that wasp should be self-destructed by its bomb.
I mean, we had that recently,
Yeah.
and it was meh.
Annoying, yeah.
Посмотрите этот стрим
Of course.
и будете
Okay.
знать всё. Вот мы постараемся отобрать
So the team is still talking.
пусть даже жесткие вопросы.
What should we talk about?
Не то, что и вы
The weather.
да я вас
Right.
люблю.
How's the weather in Perm?
You know, the finest Russian weather, with the storms and thunders, like in the middle of summer. I'm actually not kidding, it's rainy today, all the day.
You know, I would die for a bit of rain right now. It's so hot in Malta.
Good, come to Russia. And die!
Hey, listen, we've got a question. When do you think the Gauss alterations will be introduced?
Is this a question of when do I think they're gonna introduce, or when they gonna introduce?
Well, you decide and don't tell them.
Yeah, you're right. I will decide when they'll come, and I'll tell them when I'll decide.
Okay. Are you
It's
planning
not coming anytime soon, guys. So be
Okay,
patient.
okay, this is a good question. Are you planning to change Tanki to an older version? Because lots of people are leaving Tanki. My friend Mission Last left Tanki too.
Are you asking me the questions, or is something going on?
No, someone. Oh, it looks like we had the last winner. No, this was
Oh, come
the question
on!
from chat. Oh, yeah, yes. We noticed that they finished, and yeah, Kolya sent me a message. Yeah, okay, guys. So I do apologize for not knowing exactly what the hell was happening there. It's kind of difficult to follow without hearing what they were saying. But now we can move on to the actual live stream. Don't worry if you couldn't follow what was happening in the Russian live stream. One, you can rewatch their live stream on the Russian homepage, and two, there will be an announcement with all the winners and what they have won. We will be contacting the winners to get their addresses and preferences and so on. So don't worry about a thing. Okay. So let's have a look at the running order. Yeah, sure. We have a question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with a bit of goodies. We're gonna have a bit of a small contest where you can win. Oh, what can they win? Okay, we're gonna give away 15 promo codes. Yeah, because I can't see it written anywhere. Right.
They can't hear who Cedric's talking to. Is this how it works, right?
No, I think they can hear. Can they hear you? No, you're making me talk to myself.
Yeah, and Hazel's sitting right there, just
Okay.
doing nothing.
Okay.
That's really awkward.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So, you see the question on screen, you have to answer the question, and you have to submit your answer using the special form. And the special form is where? In chat. Okay, so in chat, yeah, I see it now. Chains of Pain is posting the link to the form. You have a bit less than 2.5 minutes to answer that question. And the question is, how many crystals will you get from ranking up to Legend 3? I wouldn't know because I used the system to jump to Legend without having to level up. You know, just because I can.
Yeah, but if you do, you still receive the notification.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I guess you get what? 300,000 crystals? No.
Like, is this even an option?
No, it's not. So you have 4 options: 20,000 crystals, 40,000 crystals, 80,000 crystals, 120,000 crystals. You have to submit your answer in the link that Chains of Pain is posting in chat. And there's a bit more than a minute left. Okay? And
People are posting in a YouTube chat. What are you doing? This is not how it works. Nobody is gonna give you nothing for that.
but that's our fault because we only told them like 5 or 6 times that they shouldn't post it.
Yeah, right. You should do it more.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I should have told them. Hunter Overdrive is for noobs.
Yeah, right. Like the most useful and skillful of those. What, you want to say that Vikings better? Come on, dude. That's a spam fest for kids. Hunters, they do the job.
Okay, come on, guys. Last few seconds to answer the question. How many crystals will you get from ranking up to Legend 3? That's 20,000 crystals, or 40,000 crystals, or 80,000 crystals, or 120,000 crystals. Give your answer in the form that is being pasted in chat. Nowhere else. Okay? Nowhere else. What's that? Okay, so Flash player. Allow. So what's next?
Should I just do the questions, Because that's a long list.
Yeah,
I can go on and go on.
I
Or we
think.
should...
I think. Look, okay. We've got a few items on the docket here. We can talk about HTML and Flash.
I believe it will be a good place to start.
I think if we start with the questions, actually, then we can lead on to the HTML and Flash issues.
You mean
Right?
the complaint book?
Yeah. The complaint.
Okay, so hi guys. If you haven't heard me before, I'm Hazel, the guy that makes Tanki. Almost the only one you know, for some reason.
You don't mean the guy who ruined Tanki, right?
And that guy as well. I'm the guy who everything Tanki, so it kind of works.
Okay.
I'm actually head of development, game design, and stuff like that, so I know some things in the game. And right now, I'm about to read the long list of reported issues in 2019. Oh my god, this sounds like a great YouTube TV show. Oh my god.
Interruption. I'm posting the link to the forum where you're gonna be reading the questions. Okay?
Yeah, right. So it's going to be rather simple. I'll go from the up to bottom, reading everything and answering everything. I'm gonna take my time, and you're gonna enjoy that because I'm going to have some fun too. Because come on, some of those questions are really kind of weird. Anyway, let's go. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for that one. I've been praying for that for entire day. Let's have a sip of water. Ah, fine Russian water. Right from the snow in the middle of summer.
Vada?
Hell yeah.
Vada,
that is.
or vodka.
Hey, come on. I don't do that stuff. Okay. So let's go. The questions. The first one. In the mobile version, the way the camera moves the turret makes it harder to turn the turret. I can see that's not the question, that's a complaint. And I understand why people get in that impression, because this is actually sort of a equivalent of mouse controls, not keyboard controls. But trust me, when we just tried to make your finger move not the camera but the turret, it was even worse, like 10 times worse. So we're gonna stick to this kind of controls, and tomorrow, like literally tomorrow, you're gonna try the new version, which is gonna be a bit simple, because for the first, there will be a new way to control your hull. It will go the way you point with your finger, especially when your other finger is stationed on the screen and you're pointing at something with your camera. And secondly, you will have horizontal aim assist, which is going to be really helpful, especially for long range turrets.
Actually, this is already explained in the announcement that we made today. We
have told that only one time. We need to tell that like 5 times.
no. But I'm just telling them. So, if you want to read more about this, go check out the announcement on the homepage, because it's explained a bit better over there. I mean, it's written down
a bit better. Are you trying to say something? Okay, never mind. Well, let's go with the questions. Never gonna. The ability to spawn kill shifts. The ability to spawn kill shifts the balance even more to the winning team. Yeah, right. I know. It's kind of a problem. We're actually looking for a mechanic that will prevent spawn kills, like shields on the respawn for a short duration of time. So the guy who respawns have an advantage of the first shot. Maybe we'll have that introduced, for a fraction of a time, like 1 or 2 seconds should be enough to make sure that nobody is just chilling on your spawns. We're discussing how it's going to be implemented and when, so we know it's a problem. Next one. Magnum Shouts. Magnum shoots too fast and makes it benefit from the booster drone more. Like, yeah, that's what it does. I can't see really a complaint over there, because this is what Magnum does, and there is no reason to nerf it from right now if that's what you intend. And now for the bigger list of questions. Dictator's Overdrive unbalances small mobs in pro battles. I can't really say anything about that because of course it does. Like any overdrive. I mean, why is Dictator's being so specific? First, and the second one is we're not going to change its overdrive only for a small mobs in pro battles, because it's working for matchmaking battles mainly.
Okay, can we talk a bit about this unbalancing thing? Because I do see complaints like this one where they're saying, overdrive is making the get like if you're in a winning team, then you have the
I'm
overdrive and it
sure
makes
there
it
is
even a more crushing
yeah.
victory. Like, is that the whole point of overdrives? Is
I
it?
see that there is a question number 10 or something like that that calls overdrives promote blowout games. Well, actually, everything promotes blowout games. It's not the main problem. Overdrives at least guarantees that at some point you have a chance to press a shift button and kick some guy's ass, but that's not the core of the problem, not the mechanics you're using. It's a spawn system, which might be addressed soon, as I've said before.
Okay,
Should we go next?
you're saying the spawn issue that we mentioned earlier is 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 what is really at the core of the problem, rather than overdrives.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that would be interesting to see. And
No,
this
seriously, we have been monitoring the amount of blowout and after of overdrives. It doesn't went up, it's actually went the other way. So it might be, experience might vary from the rank to rank, but it's not the core issue right now, at least from our perspective. And
Mhm.
if this argument is used for, you should remove the overdrive from the game, that's not how it's going to work. Come on, guys. Cedric,
Nah.
I've just watched the stream and I see my face going young and old again for a few seconds. This is really unsettling. I hope you guys don't picture me that. Oh my god. Where did you get those pictures?
Oh, I had someone
Uh,
do research. Oh,
you've been watching the last 200 vlogs. Holy shit, what's happened to my face? It's got all.
this
Anyway,
one's
let's go next. Tied matches do not tour the finish top 3 missions. Tied matches do not do something towards the finish of top 3 missions. Yeah, they don't because top 3 missions saying you have to win. So I can see why the complaint is there. Maybe it's gonna be changed when I'll have a chance to work on daily missions again. I'm not sure when it's gonna happen because first what I'm going to do is working on the main missions, which are before the daily missions. So it's noted anyway. Camper drone is too advantageous. Camper drone, okay, is too advantageous. How do you define too advantageous? Like, where's the line? It's a really good drone right now, after we've changed him. Maybe should change a few other drones as well. But is it being too advantageous? I can't say that because you always can suddenly receive some damage from the splash, splash damage, something like that. So it's really arguable. No, point not taken. Like I'm watching how the drones is doing, and Camper is not overkilling it right now.
okay. But okay, explain how you watch drones.
Oh, it's a
How
bit
do
of
you come to this
a
conclusion?
secret technique, but actually we're monitoring everything you do with that drone, like how much batteries you spend and how much score the drone actually adds to your games. We can see how many score and how many wins and kills and stuff like that each player receives with each drone, so we can conclude of actually what's going on.
Hmm. Okay. So you're actually basing yourself on numbers. You're not just watching.
Yeah, right. I didn't just take a drone, go into single or two games and say, okay, this is pretty good. I'm a good game designer. I know my stuff. No, not like that. We're actually looking at the numbers. Now, Wasps are dominating the low ranks. Like, well, yeah, they do that, but they're not dominating in the higher ranks, so it's kind of balances out. What do you want me to do? Nerf Wasps? I don't think it's a good idea. Besides, while browser players can easily control Wasps, the mobile players cannot, and we are expecting the surge of mobile players soon. So the problem is going to be fixed by itself, which is
Hmm.
kind of interesting. Next, the war
Actually,
mission.
sorry.
Huh?
Before you continue, um, if you think wasps are dominating the low ranks, do tell us why, and let's see. Let's hear it. Um,
Yeah, it's not a
Samurai.
question to me, I guess. It's a question to the player who asked who the Wasps dominate.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I'm asking that not just that player, but any player who thinks that wasps are dominating the low
I mean,
ranks.
if this is his complaint, then the Wasp is some kind of a beast that damaging the game because he's been too prominent. But is that though? Is that really a problem? Anyway, just let us know. And the next question: the war missions encourage player to sabotage. You mean like the war, or the recent war missions? We have actually tried to make the challenges the way so we don't encourage anyone to sabotage anything. Or there is something else to this question that I cannot see. Well, I guess we'll figure that out later.
Mm.
Next question. There is too much focus on special events compared to focus on improving the core game elements. This is actually true because it's easier to see special events rather than core improvements. Besides, core improvements takes lots of time, resources, and everything. Like right now, I have only one guy working on special events, and literally every other, which is about 10 people, working on a new HTML5 version. And what do you see on the surface? Right, we're making another special event. And nothing about HTML5 version. How could you? So it's really a question of perspective. But, special events are there so they can be easily done in packs. So you will always get this impression. It doesn't mean that we neglect the core issues in the game. It just means that we take really long time to fix those.
Because it takes time. It
It
time.
takes everything. It takes so much of everything. Just next question. Hornets overdrives. Oh my god, those overdrives. So Hornets overdrive indicator obstructs players' long distance aiming. It does, because we don't use the new indication from the mobile version of the game. But we're going to when we'll update our game engine, which happens in HTML5. Why won't we do that on a Flash engine right now, you'll ask? I'll tell you, because Flash cannot do that. We literally found something that Flash just cannot do. Yay! Let's get rid of the Flash. Next one. Wasps Overdrive. Oh my god, it's too strong in the low runs because tanks are too slow to escape it. Well, what do you know? Somewhere that overdrive works as intended. Anyway, I can see why there are problems with Wasp overdrives. Anyway, we're actually discussing internally the way to change this overdrive into, from the static bomb to the throwable bomb, which is actually, the ball from the rugby. So you can
Oh.
throw it. We're thinking into that, because that would make it actually be a kind of a, skill based. A bit more skill based than just a proper
Dropping
position.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a lot of skill required right now to use overdrive properly for a great effect, but the ball could be interesting. Is it going to happen though? I'm not sure, because it's requires some really fancy coding. Next one. Dictators got nerfed with the overdrive buff because it only boosts other tanks. Well, it's not anymore because now it freezes other tanks. Although I would say that nerfing the distance in which Dictator's Overdrive works was not really good idea, so expect it to be boosted sometime soon. Next question. Nothing can stop Mammoth with Overdrive in rugby mode. Unless, you're using Hunter or Wasp defensively. Guys, come on, you're playing Viking. I know that because everyone plays. Of course, you can't stop this beast with Viking. This is actually, it's meant against 4. Meant against 4. What's happening with my English? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, Mammoth is literally built so you cannot stop him with Viking. Try another hull. Please. I'm beg of you. I'm forcing you to do that. Can you do something?
actually, I think one of the things that some people are not seeing is that overdrives are unlocking potential for certain hulls that were previously being used in a certain role and can now be used in a different role if you really strategize. And I guess this is going to take some time as well because overdrives haven't been around that long, right? I mean, but
Yeah,
they've been
right.
around for a while, but
And
they're still
this
being
is
tweaked.
why. Yeah, right. So this is why we actually nerfed Mammoth Overdrive time a little bit, but not changing its mechanics because mechanics is still interesting. It's what it's meant to be doing.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be okay anyway. Next one. Overdrives promote blowout games. I've been talking about that a few minutes ago. If you disagree with me on that, well, we agree to disagree. Next one. It's an overdrive again. Who would thought? Vikings overdrive has been nerfed too much. Again, where you draw the line. You playing the Viking too much, so I nerfing his overdrive. This is how it works. It might be a bit too straight, but this is how it actually works.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second because someone asked why we do not have chat in mobile games and in the mobile game.
It's just a technical limitation for a while. We are thinking of implementing that, and actually, the mobile screen is just too small. There will be problems, but we will definitely add that because you have asked it too many times. We heard you, okay? You need that. For some reason, you think it's going to be a great idea. Fine, we'll do that. Although you've been warned.
I mean,
Next question.
the way I see it is if you're playing on mobile, why are you even chatting? Yeah, if you're playing on mobile, you're in between lessons or you're in a commute or something. You just want to play. But
Yeah, but
yeah, if you want to
like
chat, okay,
if
fine.
they feel fancy speaking in a battle chat on mobile phones, fine. I guess they really want to say enemy team how bad they're playing. Yeah, I guess it works. Next one. Assault on Forest always favors the red team. Well, I cannot say anything against that because indeed it does. Maybe I'm going to do something about it.
Mm.
Next question. Players are leaving the losing team all the time because of the war to earn stars in the winning team. The war is actually, all caps, so I could not take the advantage of that. So they're leaving all the time because of war missions to earn the winning team. This is why I'm asking people to don't make those kind of missions. But they sometimes do. Well, it's not the brightest idea, but next war is not the same as the war you're referencing here, so we kind of listening to you. The next question is from the same problem. Mobile players cannot complete all the mission in the war because there is no Juggernaut mod. Yeah, so we don't use that mission either anymore.
Yep.
Yay for that.
In fact, we made amends when we included the war mission. When we included the Juggernaut mission, we made it optional, so you could still get the rewards. You were still eligible for the big prize. So
Okay,
yeah.
guys, you have been asking questions in the chat. I understand why you've been trying to do that, but there is a lot of questions on the forum for right now, so I'll be sticking to that, and maybe I'll go to the chat sometimes later because
And these are the most prominent questions. These are the questions that keep coming up
Yeah,
over and
trust
over
me. If
again.
you'll be
That's why they're
patient, we'll get to your question here eventually. So the next one, challenge missions are too hard to take too much time to complete, especially for the casual player. Okay, again, challenge missions are too hard to take too much time to complete, especially for the casual player. When you're putting challenge missions and casual player in the same sentence, you have a problem, okay? Like, really. Can I only see that?
No,
The
no.
challenge missions are challenge missions. So we're not going to make them easier. You
The
are
flip
supposed
side
to
of
work
that,
for the yeah.
the flip side of that, you get something. You get a company like Bungie, for example, who are often criticized because of their participation medal thing, where they make it possible for everyone to complete the mission and everyone to get the reward, and as a result,
You know, it's
really good
always
players don't
it's
get that
always
sense
hard
of
to
satisfaction.
it's always hard to draw the line where is too casual or not too casual or too hard. People will always complain. Here, we're not going to make challenge mission easier because you get the skin in the end. So you're gonna work for that.
Yeah.
The next one. Players don't like having the same paint rewarded in multiple challenges. Good point. If only I could make more paints or more something. But actually, I cannot, so I'm reusing those. And besides that, some players don't play all the challenges, and some players be missing out. And I using challenges as the mechanic to ensure that everything in the game can be rewarded. And when I'm reusing the paint from the previous challenger or something that have been already in the game, I'm actually introducing it through a very convenient mechanic. So if you just playing every challenge from now on, and you be like having everything from every challenge before, I can see why this complaint is here. But it's not like everybody can does that.
Yeah. And on top of that, even if you finished a challenge to get, I don't know, Railgun Prime, okay, which is this month's challenge. Okay, you finish it, you get the gold tier, you get the Railgun Prime, and then in, I don't know, in 3 months time, Railgun Prime shows up in the gold tier again as the, I don't know, as the 15th prize, whatever. You
Or even in even a free tier as
or in
the
the
first
free
prize.
tier. The fact remains that you got it 2 months, 3 months before everyone else.
Actually, Cedric putting out a great point. This is what we do. Everything paid is in sort of an early access. I'm sorry if you are looking for unique stuff, but this game is you know living around for a too long time, like 10 years already. We just cannot make new content every week, every month, and be okay with that because your clients will be crashing. Anyway, they're crashing anyway, so you know. So for those who are complaining that they get in the same paint in the new challenges, I'm sorry for that, but this is how it's going to work from now on. Challenges are reusing content for the players who have to catch up. Next question. The anti-hack system is often making players self-destruct. It does. And the only way to change that is to make anti-hack system catch less cheaters, which is not ideal. And the way to fix this for good is to make the physics being server side calculated. But that brings a lot of different issues because, you know, it will require us to change the architecture of the game, and that takes a lot of time. So we kind of okay with players being self-destruct from time to time. It's inconvenient. It's not ideal, but well, it's better than nothing. I
But
really said
is it
that.
going to happen someday? Like, are you actually planning on changing the architecture of the game and make?
Good point. There actually is a reason to do that. I'm not going into details on what that reason is because it's might be a surprise, but there is a reason for us to go server side at some.
Hmm. Okay.
Next question. The Pro Pass is too expensive considering it's not possible to complete missions there. Well, that's an arguable point because I can say that Pro Pass is not expensive enough. You see, you can disagree with me on that one. Uh, we will never come to a conclusion.
Yeah, but
Although yep,
can you explain your point? Why is it not expensive enough? And people are gonna hate you for this, by the way. They're like
I'm
the only thing
sure they're
they're gonna
going
talk
to because
about after the live stream and for the next 2 months is that Hazel is saying,
Hazel is going to make Pro Pass even more expensive. Is he out of his mind? Is he actually nuts? You know,
mm,
I'm not going to do anything with Pro Pass for right now. Actually, I'm looking into ways to make it, you know, not expensive at all, like free, like remove Pro Pass entirely from the game, because there are, reasons for that right now. Everybody's playing matchmaking. We're actually going to introduce something else into matchmaking, I guess, during summer, and I'll going to see how it's gonna impact the pro games, and we'll see about that then. Maybe it's will went free. I don't know. I cannot tell you right now.
interesting. Okay.
It's kind of funny, right? I'm saying that it's not expensive enough, and then I'm saying it might go actually free. This is how much I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, the next question. Many Mammoth users are saving their overdrives for goals instead of using it to help their team. Screw them! That been happening even before the Mammoth had his overdrive. So you just cannot read of those players by removing Mammoth Overdrive. This is not how it's going to work. Are we going to do something about that? Kinda, maybe. Um,
This reminds me to when you removed the crystal boxes, the 1,000 crystal box. What was it?
why have you remembered that? I guess why.
No, because you removed them because players were abandoning their team just to go pick a gold box, and it was essentially screwing the team up.
Well, the gold is not dropping every, like every each game right now. So
No, 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 not gold boxes. I'm not saying about gold boxes. I'm talking about crystal boxes.
yeah, I understand. I
Were
mean,
removed like years ago.
I understand. I mean, for this complaint that the overdraw is being
Ah,
gold,
yeah, yeah. Okay, now I'm following.
you cannot really do anything about that but to remove goals from the matchmaking, which is not going to be fun. You just cannot force them to do that. And if we find a mechanic to force someone to do something, be really cautious about what you're asking for, because we can use that mechanic on you. This is how it works. The next question, which is actually the complaint, which is actually called the complaint, and it sounds like a complaint about group being placed against random players. Wow, the words. Uh, I understand where this complaint is coming from, but there is nothing can be done about that, because groups are meant to be played in the game and they have to be played against someone. If they be playing against only groups, well, the waiting time is gonna be too long and it's not going to be fun. So they are placed against random players. The only thing I can say though is that when we're placing the group into the game, we make sure that the best players in this matchmaking session are placed against that group. So whenever you see the group, don't immediately like throw your hands over, because this is not how it's going to work. You have actually to change the fight back. Uh,
We're what
you're not going to believe me.
one third
I just
of the way through.
what?
We're one third of the way through the questions, I think.
Oh, great! It's just twice as much for the Russians. We speak in Russian. Anyway, the live drone is and the overdrives of Mammoth and Titan spoil the fun of increased gold events because skill isn't rewarded anymore. You see, this?
Mm-hmm.
If in the moment when you switch the Viking to the Hunter, this problem is going to be solved, because those guys be zapped and they'll be stopped. Use Hunter. It's awesome. I'm telling you. Okay. So I'm not going to do anything about live guard drone, special overdrives for Mammoths and Titan regarding to gold events. You have to shoot at those guys and you use your overdrives against them. This is how it's going to work.
Listen,
Eventually.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a moment, so we can do another promo code giveaway, and this time it's
The
a
sound of the Hazelrach meets the.
what? This
You've said you've dropped me, so I made the sound of the Hazelrach meeting the floor.
time.
A really elaborate joke, right? Okay, do your
Yeah.
stuff. Do your
Okay.
thing.
So, we have a guess the map question, and I need someone to show. I'm trying to understand how I'm gonna see this. 1 second. Posted. Okay, so you have a map on screen, or should have a map on the screen, and you need to guess which map it is. You have 3 minutes, well, a bit less than 3 minutes now. Okay, and the link to the form is being posted in chat by Chains of Pain. Look for the blue name.
Oh, I know that map. I made it. Hey, hey. Like
No
every
shit,
other map in the
really?
game.
Really? You made that?
I mean, not the first map.
Yeah. So Chains of Pain is currently spamming chat with the Google form link that you need to go into. You have to give your answer in the Google form. If you give it anywhere else, like Pul Gamer is doing right now, and Bengal Tiger Gaming, you're not gonna get anything.
So while players using the YouTube chat to give their answers and not getting anything from that, should I proceed with questions?
Um, yeah, I mean there are about 1.5 minutes left, so keep submitting your answers in the Google form, nowhere else, not on your like high school notebook, not on your favorite tree, but in the Google form. And now we're going to continue with the questions. By the way, the prices will be promo codes for this. So, okay, don't give up on it. Go for it. Next question. Where were we?
We are after the lifeguard drawn. Two
Mm-hmm.
thirds, one third. Yep. So the question: Hulls are too weak in comparison with the damage turrets, drones, overdrive, and mines inflict. That's not a complaint. That's an opinion because this is how I see it. Are we going to change that? No, we are not going to change that. We are not really like when tanks ram one another, so it's going to be stay like that. Besides, there are, Mammoth, Titan, and Lifeguard drone being mentioned in a question previously than that. So there are ways to mitigate that huge damage that inflicted.
It really depends
Next.
on what you want. Do you want fast? Do you want longevity? Like, do you want to be?
Well, yeah, imagine that. We now have a choice. That's great.
Yeah.
This is what this game is all about. We now can have choices, not like we've previously had. So the next question. During celebrations with increased goals, many players are sabotaging battles to get goals. They are. They sabotaging. It's not optimal. If only we could do something about that. And maybe, because this is just a concept, we are going to do something about that. Stay tuned for news, like in autumn, I guess. The next question: challenge rewards made start. Well, I'm
Breaking
sorry
up.
about.
You're
Yeah,
breaking
I'm
up.
sorry. I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you broke up during the question, so let's repeat it. Challenge rewards weren't made public before the challenge started. This was for the April challenge.
What's happening to my internet? It must be FaceB is looking at, or KGB, or whatever. So the challenge awards weren't made public before the challenge started. I'm sorry about that, but we are actually making those rewards right before challenge starting, so there are no lists. And this is how it's going to work. We are not planning to do anything about that, but today's challenge is actually the reward today, not tomorrow. So we'll try to do that in the future. Next question. Players want Tanki Online to be more connected with players and their wish for the game. Oh, guys, I would take you to dinner any day, but this is not how it's going to work. We actually feedback and your wishes, but it takes so much time to do something in this mess of a flash game. So we have to pick something. And right now what we've picked is the new HTML5 client. I really hope it will speed things up, because what I see from now on, it's actually really, really agile in terms, at least of interface. It's really important.
I wanna give people a bit of a look behind the scenes here, because most people don't realize this. We, as you said, we escalate the community management team and our helpers. We collect these opinions and this feedback, and we escalate them to you and your team, right? And very often we come up with suggestions. You come up with suggestions, like the community comes up with suggestions that are really good. And I look at it and I'll say, okay, this sounds like a really good idea. I'll come up to you and I'll say, hey, listen, the community is saying such and such. I think it's a really good idea. Can we do that? And most of the time you'll say, oh yeah, I thought about that 2 years ago, but I can't do it right now because limitations.
Of reasons. Yeah, this is what actually happens most of the time.
You'll typically give me at least 3 or 4 reasons why it's not feasible to do right now.
And every time I'm telling you that I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny joke, but this is actually...
I don't think I've ever come to you with a suggestion
that is new, right?
And it's not you just talking your head off and say, oh yeah, I had already thought about that because I'm smart. You'll actually give me feedback, and you'll talk about details that were not in the original suggestion. So you'll say, yeah, that's a good idea, but we have these such and such and such considerations. You give me 4 or 5 considerations, and I'm planning on doing it better by doing this and this and this. So
and it always takes so much time to it always takes so much time to do something. Okay, anyway, let's go next. Some matchmaking maps are too small for the number of players. What are you gonna do about that? Well, I'm actually thinking of making those maps a bit, bigger. Not decreasing the number of players for the different reasons, because we are optimize matchmaking for working for the same number of players per team, and it will be really inconvenient to change that number. So we're gonna stuck with that. Although I know a few maps out ahead that should really be changed.
But then again, we have limitations because of Flash.
Not like that. It's just limitation because of Hazel Rahi having
only
alternative editor, because it's crap. So it takes lots of time to do something. The next question. The beginner ranks cannot report hackers on the forum. Yeah, they cannot do that. I mean, I'm not asking. I know that they cannot do that because, well, there are different reasons why we have such a high rank. It has nothing to do with hackers reporting. It's got something to do with trolling and stuff like that. I think this decision being carried out from Russian forum or something. Yeah, we have really hard time with trolls on Russian forum. We are not planning to do anything about that. At least this is what I know, because I think this decision should be made by community managers.
Yeah, and in fact, we do take a very particular approach in the English community, which is a bit different from the Russian community. We try to use our moderators not as a policing force, but more of an informative force.
What? Not a KGB in my game? What are you doing, Cedric? You off.
So
I'm sorry.
so if a player complains that someone else is insulting them, you have the block option. You have you
Which
have the option.
nobody use. Why?
Yeah, I mean, block
Such a
that
great
player.
button.
Block that player if they're bothering you. Just block them. Now,
Oh,
if
I don't want him to not bothering me. I want him to suffer.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
this
that's
is
the
how
whole
it
story.
happens. Anyway, the next question. On the mobile version, the exit button is too close to the garage button. Like, really? In that menu? Too close? I don't know, maybe your screen is too small because they're actually pretty far apart. I can't really say anything about that without knowing what kind of a screen you're using. Next question. Game settings are not always being saved. What the hell? How it's go? I mean, what are you doing? Are you removing the cache every time? Something like that? Because settings should be saved all the time.
Mm.
Unless you're doing something fishy. Stop doing that.
Ah, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so um, whoever is experiencing this, uh,
Report your nickname to us. We are going to investigate.
exactly, yeah, escalate to support, send a ticket to support, explain what system you're using, what browser you're using,
And
what
how many moles you got?
and how many mouse you got. And
Yeah,
we'll
stuff like
try to
that, you know.
figure it out.
The next question. Players loading into matchmaking games slowly and unbound
Wait,
first
wait,
few
wait, wait!
minutes.
You skipped one. You skipped one. Oh no, sorry,
No,
sorry.
I didn't.
I skipped one. Sorry.
It's you skipping the stuff, not Hazelrock. Hazelrock doesn't do wrong.
Mm.
Only occasional mistakes. This is not wrong. This is occasional mistakes. So, players loading into matchmaking balance the team in the first few minutes. True. This is something we're looking forward to address by, making the reload screen or something like that for 1 to 5 seconds when we are waiting for the most of the players to load in. We have that in plans, and I'm sorry I can't tell you when this is going to happen because lots of stuff need to be done. The next question. The mission to take one of the top 3 places is a team mission, not individual mission. What? I mean, yeah, it's a team mission. I don't get it. Okay, please elaborate on that.
Maybe they're complaining like that. Um, I'm taking a lower rank because I've been helping out my team, so I don't have the chance of getting one of the top 3 places. So maybe
Matchmaking works in a way so it's kind of looking for a way for you to end up in a top of the ranks as on the low of the ranks from time to time. So it's not like that.
Mm.
I guess we're missing something. Next question. Players are receiving deathmatch missions too often. Yes, they do. If only you can do something about that, Hazel. And I'm actually looking forward to do something about that, guys. Although you might not really liked it.
Okay.
And I am not going to tell you anything because I need to, make a few preparations. Let's call it that way. Lopsided matchmaking battles do not get terminated while they should. They actually does get terminated, but in a different way. We have reduced the score limitations so much that when the battle goes lopsided, it's going to be end really quickly. Well, that mechanism of early
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 battle
termination,
termination. Yeah.
it doesn't really work fine with the matchmaking as it works right now. Next question. There is no compensation for challenge rewards that players already own. Yes, there is no compensation. Maybe something could be done about that, or maybe not. I can be really obscure on this one, because okay, let's put it this way: we know it's a problem. We maybe do something about that in the future. We have, we're not sure. We're not sure what really we're going to do. We have options, but
You're
again,
still exploring the options. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really gonna tell you that because that would be a spoiler.
Mm.
Next one.
Oh, we're halfway through, by the way.
Oh my god, and Hazel is still not dead. Who would have thought? Too many shop items that could previously only bought with money are now. Again, I'm not thinking that this is a problem because in the game that exists for too long, there it really cannot, you know, there might exist some rare items, but what we are looking forward, and what we have always tried to put into the game is the ability for everyone get everything. Well, maybe for the champion paint and the lord paint
Yeah.
and the juggernaut for free. Okay, but you get the point. We don't think that this is a problem. It's actually, as Cedric said previously, anything bought with the money or with a premium challenge is sort of an early access.
Yeah. You get it exclusive, for a certain time. You get it before anyone else.
And
Yeah.
I can really understand if you disagree with that. I know it, but come on, guys. We should share at least a bit.
You're telling teenage gamers to share? Seriously?
I have trust in. See?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm not that old. Next question. Star distribution is flawed and doesn't reflect the contribution of the player to the team. Uh, doesn't reflect the contribution of a player towards the team. You know, it actually meant that way for a reason. So the players won't the team because they see they're not going to get the best stars option. So we're going to make more stars for the better place on the team. We're gonna have some problems. We don't want that problems. So it's gonna be stay like that. There's a moment.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. So the next question: mines have too big of an impact on battles because they're everywhere and there are too many of them. Yay! I can see that this question has been asked a few months ago before we introduced new overdrives that can mitigate that. For example, Mammoth. Who would have thought, right?
Mm.
You can actually use the protection against mines. I know that there are way more mines that you're used to, but this is actually how it's going to happen. No, we are not going to make mines less prominent into the game. You have to use new stuff to fight them back. Next question. Kits in the shop containing equipment available. Language! Come on. Kits in the shop containing equipment available 6 ranks before the unlock rank. Yes, they do. Because people actually, paying for those. And because we cannot put the kits on the every rank because of some weird distribution of modifications among the ranks. If only we could do something about that to make sure that there are less ranks of advantage for every kid. And we're actually planning to do something about that. Again, I will not spoiler you what actually do, but it will contribute towards the amount of kits we can sell. So we can actually don't use such huge ranks as we're using right now.
Cool.
Is this sufficient answer?
I guess so. Listen, I'm
Solid.
gonna interrupt you for a while, because we want to share a special video, a special parkour video that was created as a collaboration between multiple top parkour teams, using the Gauss turret, and it's going to be premiered on this live stream. So how about we have a look at that? What do you think?
I will take my time walking around the because my legs.
Yeah, and I need a glass of water too. So can our broadcaster please confirm that the video is good to go? Okay, so let us know when we're rolling. just mute the sound from the live stream because it's distracting now. Because for those of you who don't know, we've got a bit of a delay, so um, the stream is actually playing back a few seconds after the actual event. So, for instance, for me, the video finished now, but I've been already talking for like 15 seconds or 20 seconds, like something like that. So we're back, and
And we are more than a half for that. Let's go. Are we
okay,
going?
next
go.
question. Yeah, what's the next
The next
question?
question. The sum turrets with the
You're
protection
breaking up.
models.
You're breaking up. Can you repeat
Oh
that?
my god, what's going on? I need to check.
Alternativa.
Not Alternativa, I'm at home. It's a fine Russian internet. Faster than yours, actually.
Probably. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know what is going on. I guess I need to push a few buttons. I'll try to do that right now.
Dude, you
Oh
work in
yeah,
IT. You work
right.
in IT.
I
You
get.
should be able to fix that. You know?
I can switch off the stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
That
Okay. Fine. The next question. Some turrets with an alteration require two protection models instead of one to protect oneself against it. Yes, they do. And it was done due to the temperature effects was tied to certain protection models, as you know. And right now, when we're introducing more alterations with the temperature effects, it shows that it wasn't that bright of an idea. We should change that. For right now, it's actually considered that the such alteration is combined with the need to having two protection models against that one. I guess sometime we'll have to make sure that when you put in alteration that using, for example, fire or freezing effects, it's only the effects that being placed on the tank, and you don't need to use another protection model to do that. Protection module to do that. I'm not sure when it's going to happen though. Maybe, maybe when we're going to introduce more alterations. Because there are some turrets that lack alterations, and they might use them.
okay.
And especially the temperature alterations, because that might be fun. Okay, why am I beating the bull all around the bush? Imagine the Gauss turret, but you're not doing damage. You're actually freezing everyone in an area. That could be awesome. That could be a fine alteration. Or heating up everyone in the area. That will be awesome as well. And when we're going to introduce that, we will need to fix the protection model. I
Okay, that
guess
sounds
this is
like
the
it's
answer.
gonna be weird.
This is what alteration does. Things weird.
Mm,
Next question. Okay, players don't want to receive the same battle mode mission twice in.
twice in a row.
I can get that, but they going to receive them for now, for a while, for a year.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not sure when I will be back in the daily section of the game to actually fix something about that. It's not like I can and it's going to happen. It actually takes reason to go to some portion of the game and change anything about that. So I see why this problem, and it's not going to happen uh, soon. Next question. Too many gold box hunters sabotage battles. We had that question already. Next one. Inactive players don't get removed from battle despite not getting any score. That's a good point. But I wonder, who do you refer to? The inactive players that doesn't do anything at all, like they are standing, and we have 2 minutes to kill those. I actually think we should turn that down to 1 minute, but okay. Or you mean that the players who doing some weird stuff, trying to do parkour and not fighting the game, so they not getting any score? Well, in the second, I can't really tell you if there is guys to. They having fun. They playing their own game. I'm sorry they're spoiling your game, but this is what we're doing. We'll let everyone do anything they want. Please don't make us make any restrictions, will ya? The next question. New players feel the game is not suitable for casual players, but only for hardcore players. Like, how do you know? Are you a casual player? Because, yeah, we've been changing the game for a while right now. While we're the game, we're actually doing a lot of stuff to make it much more suitable for casual players.
Actually,
Such as,
that's one of the reasons why we created matchmaking.
yeah, partially, and the matchmaking still needs the new tutorial mission and new tutorial missions, tutorial stuff that can teach you to play the game. We still need to make that for the mobile version, and as we
You're breaking up. You're
Jesus
breaking up.
Christ, what's going on? Come on, please. So we still need to introduce tutorial for the mobile version of the game and stuff like that. And with how we've actually changing our production pipelines, anything we're introducing in a mobile version of the game, anything new, will be mirrored in a new HTML5 version of the game. So it's kind of benefiting for everyone. Next question. There is too much focus on developing new things.
And not enough focus on fixing issues in the game.
Yeah, this one. We've actually talked about that before when we've talked about events. It's the same stuff. We're actually enough working on fixing issues. It's just not so prominent because we can put up so much, new stuff when we're fixing the old stuff. Besides, when we are coming into fixing the old stuff, it's always that argument flying around of why fixing that in a Flash when we can make a new, version of the game, the HTML5.
Yeah, but
And
so why fix it in Flash when you can rebuild it properly in HTML5
yes, and
without
I
patching stuff that could potentially break everything because you're
yeah,
working with a relic.
and if for a few years that was a nice story with nothing behind it, right now we are actually working on an HTML5 version, all hands on deck, and I hope by the end of the summer we're going to have that one. So you can see how we are actually fixing stuff. Because holy shit, there is so much broken. I know it because I'm playing this game. Come on, guys. And
For those who don't know it, you started out as a tester with Tanki Online, right?
yeah, even not a tester, but the tester nevertheless. So I have seen some bugs. Yeah. And I know because we might say that in a vlog, I have to restart my game client every 2 battles because it's going to be crash. I have no idea why Kasim's client doesn't crash. It's magic, but I can see these problems, and I'm really looking to when they're gonna be fixed. The next question: too much power is sold for real money. Product kits, drones, battle pass. This discourage new players. Well, this is a weird complaint because we can agree on the first part that too much power is sold for real money. It's really a matter of opinion. Does it really discourage new players? Because the most of the buyers of this stuff is actually new players. Might sound shocking, but it's actually the truth. So yeah, I guess we have to do something about that. I'm finally run out of things to say. Oh my god.
Okay.
I would like to sell not the power but something else, but this is how there is way easier to make drones and product kits rather than something that looks particularly fancy on the tank because of the graphics limitations. We are still doing fine with the skins and paints and stuff like that, and I'll hope we'll come up with something new. We have plans for new stuff, but it's just going to work alongside with and discourages new players. We are really thoroughly looking into it, Trust us. It's actually the most important part of marketing job right now to distinguish what's working and what's not working. Yeah, for the interesting reasons. Something coming in the future. Maybe even this month. Maybe not. I am not going to tell you, at least for now. Let's keep something secret. Next question. Players feel the developers are not considering feedback from players enough. Like, what am I doing right now? Guys, come on. It's the same question about where you draw the line. Where is it? I'm sure there is never enough. So I can only tell you that I do consider your feedback. It's actually my job to do that and to merge, the business part of the making the game, how it makes money with the gameplay part of the game, of how you see it, how you feeling about it. It's a really tough job. I'm not saying that I'm doing it fine all the time, but I'm actually trying to do that okay.
And then there's another aspect. Um, the information that we can give you, players, we already do via the vlog, via announcements and stuff like that. But a lot of the information that you don't know about is still confidential. There's a lot
Yes,
of stuff.
because because in the end, this is a business, and it should run like a
Exactly.
business.
And it's not just that. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense to reveal certain information because we're still assessing the way forward. We're still deciding on how to approach a specific plan. So
So,
we could come and tell you, oh, we're planning 200 new hulls and we want to release them in the next 6 months. I'm purposely exaggerating, obviously. But
I
if
have my heart stop right now.
but
Cedric, please don't do that.
but the thing is this, until we've done what is called the due diligence, until we've studied what kind of repercussions those decisions are going to have and what we want to get out of that, out of those implementations. And I don't mean money. I don't mean just money. I mean, obviously there has to be revenue, but we also need to think of the long-term effects. How is it going to affect the gameplay over the long term? How is it going to affect players?
So, the long story short, we do consider your feedback, just not in the way you have expected to consider it. Like, you're not saying us to do something, we are not doing that. We're actually reading what you want and thinking how we can do that.
Based
It's a really long question,
based
because
based on the numbers, based on the analytics. We consider your opinion and then we see it within the broader the broader context of the analytics, of the numbers, and of the bigger picture of where the company is going and where the game is going. Sometimes
so
we release
yeah.
sometimes we release a feature and people will go, why did you do that? And you have to be patient because it is going to make sense in the long run.
As you can guess by this point, I'm and Cedric, we cannot really tell you why we don't consider feedback enough, because we think that we're doing that enough, and you think that we don't. I can only tell you that we do consider your feedback anyways. Next question. Sandal map is too crowded for matchmaking battles. Yeah, that one. That's about the question of some maps not be suited for the matchmaking.
So we've
I
already
bel
dealt with that, really.
I actually agree with that. I think I did expand Sandal big enough, and I'm looking into ways to make it, and I can see how I could do that. So stay tuned for changes. The next question. It's a lot harder and more time consuming to finish missions with the bottle. Yeah, I mean, why? If you're saying that you need to get through two missions, I mean, through two battles, it might be though, but we're not expect. You cannot expect me to make daily missions easier than they are right now, because I know how most of the players do it these days. They just play daily missions and be fine with the game. So it's not in my best interest to make them easier, you know. I guess this is a straight answer, but you should like it.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a second because there's a question here on chat, and this is a question I asked you a couple of months ago, and it's
Ah.
add battle royale in Tanki.
Oh my god, no! Guys, we don't have a map. We don't have a stable client to do that. Imagine being a step away from a winner chicken dinner and crashed. Please no. It's not going to work, okay? The next question. Matchmaking maps were made too uniform. There should be more variation. Again, you see the point? You see a sandal as too crowded, and then you're saying that I'm uniforming maps. Like when I'm making a sandal bigger, I'm uniforming the sandal with the other maps. So it's kind of bad thing and a good thing all at once. So I don't know what I'm doing, but come on. I would say that we did made few changes so the maps can be, have a same distribution of what's the word? Density. Let's put it that way. Players' density in the map. But it fluctuates. It fluctuates enough, and we are not considering, as I've said, players for the certain maps because this is not entirely compatible with the current matchmaking system. And there are various other reasons too, but I can literally be talking for hours and hours on this matter. So I'll skip that. I know what you're saying, but we are stick to this plan, and we stick for good. Next question. The YouTuber site is partially in Russian on when the rewards are sent and the number of players hasn't promo codes.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah, that's on you. That's not on
I
me,
need
so
to
I can
take care
skip
of
that one. And I'm sorry, I need a sip of water. You
I have
can now apologize in front of the players while I'm doing.
yes, yeah. I'm gonna take care of that now that we've got the Thank You Online birthday out of the way, because that has taken up all of my time and mental energy. Something's gotten in my eye, or maybe I'm just crying.
It's the question of a very angry player asking.
Yeah.
Why hasn't the main tab in the mission section not been edited? Available time. It does, but you should wait a little bit more because this is where tutorial missions are going to be at. And I have planned to work on that this year. And I'm also looking forward to that, so stay tuned. Okay, the next question. What? Okay, the next question. The indicator on the mission icon in the log.
You're breaking up, man. You're breaking up.
My God. Okay, again. Is everything good? Good. The indicator on the mission icon in the obsolete. To get rid of the indicator, the mission window has to be closed and reopened again. Good lord, we have a new interface with this issue solved. Just stay tuned. Next question. The rewards of the second challenge are too low and the garage paints aren't motivational. Second challenge? How old is this question?
I guess this is fairly old because this gets updated every week. So it could be that some of the old questions are still there.
Well, guess what? The first challenge actually took the entire, holidays, so it makes sense. And it's really to make every challenge fun, I guess. And put in new stuff because if we'll put the new stuff into the game every month, we will run out of stuff in the universe really, really soon. Next question. Oh my god, it's this one! Oh, I've been waiting for this one. The word frag used to describe kills has a negative connotation. Social justice warriors away!
What, you broke up, man. We lost the best part. What were you saying?
Something away! Come on, really? is this? It does, because I can't really say anything about that because.
I mean, typically I try to use the word frag because I'd rather not use the word kill because
Yeah, but
it's,
what you want us to do? Describe frag as a intentional tank disassembling, something like that?
we could
Like really?
yeah, we could call it an ITD.
Intentional tank disassembling.
Mm,
Yeah, that will make things not negative,
yeah.
Not negative connotation. It's positive.
Mm,
It's
mm.
positive tank disassembling. Rapid. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like let's put it
let me
as
think.
ridiculous as we can get. This intentional rapid tank disassembling.
Mm,
Positive tank
yeah,
disassembling.
yeah.
Like I don't know what to do with this complaint. Like you want to change language? Fine. Don't ask us to do that because that's weird.
Mm.
Intentional tank disassembling. Like
I,
we
I, I,
love Elon Musk in Russia,
I
So
want to
we
I want to find something like this, but starting with an S, like a word instead of intentional, a word starting with an S.
surprise tank
Surprise,
disassembling.
and then we
You
can
know.
call it an STD.
Yeah, right. That
Right?
that is not negative at all. Like
See,
really not.
see, Felriga, I actually come up with this stuff on the spot. I actually do.
Yeah. So frag is less negative than kill, so we'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Next question. Garage laws too slow for changing equipment when battles are too short. Good point. We're actually looking into ways to do something about that. But that actually doesn't involve loading the garage, so I'm not sure is you going to like it or not, but it's something to do with loadout systems. I cannot go really detailed on this one because it's still a concept. Next question. It's difficult to earn score and stars when battles are only 7 minutes. Like it's going to be easier to earn scores and stars when they're going to be 15 minutes or something like that. Come on, I know what the question is. So we don't like 7 minutes battle, but the way how you try to put them negatively is not going to work. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm gonna interrupt you a bit. We've got a very angry player.
Come on, it's just 10 questions left.
No, come on, come on. A very angry player is asking, why hasn't the main tab in the missions section
I have
not been
answered
added
that,
yet?
Cedric. I have answered that.
Yeah, but it's like the player has been really upset. It has been unavailable
I
for a very long
have
time.
literally read that question and answered that a few minutes ago.
I know. Yeah, but the player is
You
very
need to
angry. So,
drink more water.
probably yeah.
So
Good idea.
anyway, 10 questions left, and then we'll switch to something else. Battle finished too soon with the update score caps. Like they're not short enough. They're not finished when they're lopsided, and now you're saying they're finished too soon with updated score caps. Makes sense. Thank you. Next question. In 7 minutes, battle player can only use overdrive what? Once? This will also make completing the overdrive missions harder. This is outdated. This
I
question
think
must
I
be
think we're
answered.
yeah I think we're going into some questions that are fairly old here.
Great, so we can make some fun of it.
Okay.
70 minutes battle are too short to vote or record battle violators. Good point. I'm actually thinking we should change how we vote on battle violations because making a video and voting is not really working. Next question. Players want maps change in matchmaking because it's boring to play the same maps over and over again. I know, right? This is why sometimes I'm making new maps for you, but it's really hard because the map editor been a really, really bad boy, and I'm really waiting for someone to change that.
Hmm.
It takes time and lots of patience working on new maps. So next one. Search function on the forum does not work. Cedric, please fix. Next question. Players are being sent to matchmaking battles that are nearly finished, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Okay, so why we put in players in existing games is because we allow you to leave the game without of any penalties. So it's kind of how it works. If you don't want us to put you in battles that are already going, we will have to introduce some sort of penalty for leaving, and we really don't want to do that. Penalties are not fun. Next question. Rank range in matchmaking battles are too wide. It does, because it's dynamic. The matchmaking is actually adapting its rank ranges towards the time of day. So sometimes it's going really wide.
Depending on the availability. So
Yeah, right.
first it starts with a narrow bracket, and then if we had made an announcement actually about this, explaining this.
So yeah, it's dynamic. So this is why some too
You're breaking
wide is
up.
because
You're
I'm sorry.
breaking up.
Again, it's dynamic because sometimes there are just not that many players exist on some ranks, so we have to adjust towards that. Next question. Teams in matchmaking battles are not balanced. Yeah, like you open a Google and you are putting in words like matchmaking in a game, any game is broken, and then you read the same questions, I guess. I can't say anything about that because the team balancing is also dynamic. Uh, when I play in the game, I end up in a lopsided games time to time as well, so it's just how it works. Next question. It's hard to earn stars because of the above three issues in
You're
required.
breaking up. You're breaking up.
Okay, I'm breaking up because this question is kind of weird. It's hard to earn stars because of the above three issues. Which of those 100 issues I have just read? Okay, anyway, next question. Garage descriptions of drones and alterations don't contain enough information about statistics. They don't. It's a problem. I know that. I'll looking forward to fix it. It takes too long for a EN wiki to receive official information from developers after new updates. Cedric, please fix.
Yes,
I can't really say anything about that.
I'm actually looking into ways to facilitate information flow between the different teams, but it's
It
not
takes time, I
exactly
know.
easy,
It takes
you
time.
know,
The
because
next
there are
question.
so many moving parts.
Anyway, the next question. The weekly mission finish in top 15 times is too hard and too long to finish. It's impossible to change the mission. It is impossible to change the mission, and it takes some time to be finished. And my point is that I would like every weekly mission to be like that, but I guess we will disagree on that. So this is why this mission will stay as it is for next, and the last one, actually. It's unclear what modification a hull or turret is because of gear score, shot colors, and XTs. Guess what? We're going to make it even more obscure.
Okay, can you explain why?
We're actually going into gear score territory, like full guns blazing, so we will remove anything you can guess about what the actual modification of the turret or hull is. There will be explanations soon, I guess, because we're going to change something regarding modifications. So it won't be so important to know that the freeze you're looking right now is M2, and it might be upgraded up to M3 for some weird reason. I guess what that reason is. We will stick to the gear score. So, you know, I really guess I will explain that when we'll big
Hmm.
update we have planned. So it will make more sense without of Hazel being mumbling through his nose for an entire
Mumble.
hour. So this concludes the questions from the forum. And now, while Cedric is not ready for what I'm about to do, I'm going to the chat and answer some questions in chat. And you won't stop me. Okay, where are the questions?
And chat.
Come on, questions. I've seen some of those. Like, please put back 6 containers. Oh yeah, please put back 6 containers for weekly and undo containers opening nerf for no premium. I miss having 6. What? Undo container opening nerf for premium? We don't have that. You don't have a better chances if you buy a premium when you open in containers. It doesn't work like that. We don't do that, really. And about putting 6 containers for the weekly, we have changed that for a reason. We're not going to change that back because guess what? We have challenges introduced after that. So you still have your free containers nevertheless. So, you know, it's even more containers than it was before. Why complaining? Come on. Next question. When will be Juggernaut mod in mobile will be available? I hope soon, but we need to, make it in a mobile version from the scratch.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. Will the client be updated?
Just download the mobile version and you based off how often we're updating that client. Yes, it's going to be updated soon. Can you give us a
it's
code?
actually quite nice to play on mobile. I've been.
Wait until tomorrow. Seriously,
Mhm.
wait until tomorrow. Because tomorrow the control is gonna be better. Exactly when is the new interface? I hope by the end of August, I guess, or sometime in August. We actually, all guns blazing into that stuff because we don't want our game to be removed from the Chrome. And it's really going to be happen soon. And we hope you like it. Hazel, can you drop me a gold? Yes, I can, but if you can catch me. How much do you earn? I will not tell you, but trust me, that's a lot of money. Just enough.
You should not have said that.
Really enough.
You should not have said that.
Well, I should say that I'm not earning any money. You know,
You what? You're breaking up.
I wonder why. Anyway, guys, I cannot really tell you how much do I earn. Trust me, it's okay. Challenges don't give us lots of free stuff. There is not a lot of surprise that we. That's why I want weekly. Oh, come on. It's a free stuff nevertheless. What, you want me to remove the free stuff and make it a surprise mechanics like Electronic Arts say it? Jesus Christ, have you actually heard those people? They called loot boxes a surprise mechanic. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Anyway, I guess.
I think we dropped out of the connection for some reason. We're back. Cool. Okay.
Are we really back?
Cool.
So, are we back?
Yes. There's something.
Oh, können wir das bitte beenden mit diesen Scheiß?
What?
Hazel
Guys?
irgendwie noch nicht.
I can hear some robo voice at the moment.
Hmm. Something's not working. The Discord server. Okay. So people can't hear us anymore? My face comes a bit leggy.
Leggy Cedric face. Great. So we can talk. Okay,
You like
we're
my
back, guys.
leggies?
Anyway, I think that anything that happened right now is the way to show us that we should stick to the plan. What's next on
Yeah.
the plan?
So next on the plan is a third question with promo code giveaway
Eigentlich ja nicht so, ne? Aber
and a bit of a surprise also. So let's go to the question first, okay?
postest.
And yeah, question is being displayed or should be displayed soon. Which team was the first to conquer the skyscraper in the map Rio when it got released? If you remember when we released the Rio map, we had a contest where um, you had to get on the skyscraper.
Oh, I know that team. It's called Hazelnut and his cheats. Because he was the guy who actually made that map.
Okay, so
Geht
you've
mir
got
irgendwie auf den Geist.
a little over 2.5 minutes, I guess, left to answer that. Chains of Pain, Blue Nickname, is posting the Google form in chat right now, in the YouTube chat. Click on that form and enter your answer in there. Okay? Nowhere else. Just
And while we're waiting for the time to run out, I will answer some few questions from the chat. Can I do that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so when will be noise map back to matchmaking battles? When I'll figure out the way to change it without of changing it, because the lower part will have a hard time these days after we introduce some certain turrets and stuff like that. So it's really need to be changed before we can, before we can bring it back to matchmaking. The next question: why don't you apply celebrations to pro battles like it double fonts? Because it's easily abusable, and you know that. You really know that, so this is why we're not doing that. When the radio get hijacked by German noises? It's not the question. It's a German noises. Okay. Why there a moment on Rico Plasma Torch when you don't deal damage in some moment? This is because anti-cheat is not really... He's overdoing his job. I also am not satisfied with how it works, and I hope I'll fix it someday. And a while ago, work on improving the game's graphics was shown in a vlog, improving models, etc. What happened to that? The tests, I guess. So it was postponed until we introduce a new game client, and we will actually try to do something about that again. Because the new client is actually the new graphics engine, and the new graphics engine is the new possibilities, and those will be interesting. We'll actually try to do something new in the game.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a second.
Yeah, you should do that.
Has the timer ended? Yep. Okay, so a little bit of a surprise. Who entered your names in the questions that we posted entered into a special giveaway where you can win a dream tank. The lucky winner.
Oh my god! Cedric,
yeah.
have this planned all the time?
Of course.
So you make Hazel Rock to waste other people's time.
Yes. And we're gonna draw the lucky winner at the very end of this live stream. Okay? And for every question that you have answered correctly, get basically a ticket into the draw. So if you answer 2 questions out of 3 correctly, you'll have 2 chances. You have 3 chances. It's like getting tickets to a raffle, basically. So stick around and find out whether you're gonna be winning. Now, answer maybe a couple of more questions.
Oh, easily. I
After,
can pick some of
yeah, but
those.
after this, we've got a nice interview with the winners of the Masters of Parkour contest. We're gonna talk a bit about parkour. If you want to stick around, and
I will see if I'll be alive by that point.
okay, so two quick questions, okay, and then we can move on to the.
Okay, let's go. Can you answer me, please? Why did you release Gauss Cannon before the floating hull, and when you'll release it? The floating hull, which is RS for now, is going to be released with the new engine because it's made on the new engine. And it's made on a new engine because moving it to the Flash is actually really time consuming, so we're not doing that. While the new turret was actually using only existing mechanics. This is why we could make that on Flash 2. So I can guess why it was kind of unpredictable, but okay. The next question. Tanki line lag. Yes, Tanki line always lag. This is what this game is all about. Next quick question, something like why there is only one server? It's not one, it's actually 26 or 22. I can't really remember. Will the spectator bugs be fixed also? When will your client have a 64-bit version of the game? When will gonna update it with the HTML5 version of the client? Next question. Send message to friends publicly in the lobby chat. Not sure when.
Okay, one last question, and then we need to move on because it's really getting late now.
Yeah, for me it's actually already tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have seen one. I can't remember where that is.
We're going to update Twins.
No, we're not going to update Twins.
Well, maybe use a heavier
It's
brick.
okay. Yeah, use a heavier brick. It's going to work. And the last one should be, can you tell me, please, are you going to do zombie mode in the next Halloween? Unfortunately not. We're not going to do zombie mode. And really, the last question is, and many players use client. Will the new interface be on the client? Actually, there's going to be new client, which is HTML5 based, and it's going to have the new interface. Wait for that.
Actually, the very last question, you're gonna love this, by HD Gamer. Why Tanki is pay to win?
I guess
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Tanki was like that all the time after they introduced the concept of upgrading. You know, in the recent days when you have been playing Sergeant ranks or something like that, and you've been seeing the Thunder M3 running on you, and you'd be like, what the hell is this game? But it's just, the part of the game from the very beginning, so we can't really do anything about that.
Okay, so we
Well,
should.
I have really finished that long list of questions. I guess you will have some questions to answer in upcoming month. Of
Yep.
course, been dissecting this stream bit by bit.
Yep. And I'm sure someone will.
Oh, okay. The
Digest
last
it.
one. Why are there 16K players online when there were 100K players? What happened? It's called the game registrations, my dude. When there was about 100 PCCU, it's called that way. I mean, peak concurrent players online. There were many registrations coming in, and they're not coming in anymore. It happens due to Flash being a real issue, and we're not actively advertising the game from 2015, I guess. So we're not doing anything about that because the number of playing in is declining in the constant speed we have predicted. So it's not a problem for now. And what we are going to do about that is to introduce new game client, which is HTML5 based. It's really no point to invite players to play on Flash, and we're going to make the mobile version even better. So we have new ways to bring new players in. It just takes more time for us to be prepared for that, because the entire internet thing about games worked like that. You pay money for different kind of companies to put your ads everywhere, and those ads worked in a certain way. You need a player who you bought for $1, for example, to come into the game and pay you $1.50 or something like that, and dollar and at least 1 cent or something like that. When that happens, yeah, you can bring more players. When that not happens, you can't really do that. So we're actually working right now towards the ways to make sure that new players can safely come in. I guess that was a long answer.
Yeah.
Where's everybody?
Just fixing my lighting because I needed
This
a
is
bit
what
more
you
light.
need to do in a ending of a stream, right?
Yeah, at the end. Yeah.
It's really gonna help you.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for having joined us. Thank you for having gone through that humongous list of objections and complaints and reported issues in 2019. And I think it's a really important thing that you came in here and addressed each and every one of those topics.
Yeah, and I have watched on a clock right now, and I have seen it's half an hour into tomorrow, so I'll be leaving right now. I hope you do fine, guys, without of me.
Don't worry, yeah, we will. Okay, take care and see you around.
See you too, buddy. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So that was Semyon Strizhak, Hazel, as he's known on the forum. Go away, man. Why are you still around?
I'm gone. Bye.
Bye. And just a quick reminder, we're going to have a big draw at the end where you can win a dream tank. And this depends on how many questions you got right out of the 3 questions that we had during the live stream. Next up, we're gonna have a chat with Jade about parkour. Jade, are you
Hello.
around? Hey,
Hi,
Jade.
Cedric.
What's up, man?
Not much, not much. Just a nice afternoon over here in North America.
Oh, we're doing good. I'm doing good. It's been a pretty long day.
Yeah,
So,
quite a long
yeah.
streak.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going for like 14 hours today already, something like that.
Yeah.
I started really early.
Yeah.
So-
What would you like to talk about?
I don't know, chickens? Should we
Well,
talk about
I mean,
or maybe cows?
chickens are like, yeah, chickens are very fascinating. I mean, what do you think came first, the chicken or the egg?
I don't know. Maybe we can order a chicken and an egg from Amazon and see which one arrives first, and then we can answer the age-old question.
That's what, I mean, that's a very, very good scientific approach for it. I think that would give us a great answer.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're here to talk about parkour, right?
Yep.
And you're here to tell us a bit your impressions about the last Masters of Parkour. What was different from the previous iterations? Whether you think it was better or worse, or what you think could have been improved. So tell us your impressions.
Overall, I'd say it was a lot better than past years. The main reason being that we are actually judged on creativity a lot more than in the past years. Because, I mean, in my opinion, parkour isn't really something that should be based off of time. Obviously, you do see a display of skill under the pressure of time, but it's nice to see that, now we are relying more on the difficulty and the creativity of a team's trick. That was definitely one of the immediate things I noticed that was better, and I'm sure the public also agreed with that, and the participants of the contest. Overall, it was much nicely organized. I mean, a huge shout out to the broadcasters for that. I'd say the stream was amazing, even though, I mean,
Absolutely.
everyone's like talking about the parkour and everything, but I feel like it is definitely necessary to talk about all these replays. Everything was very visually aesthetic. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's that. The organization this year is great. I did not see any disputes at all anywhere, to be honest, in the forum and within the contest. So a shout out to the organizers as well. It was very well organized in terms of live and in terms of the contest itself. The actual content of the contest I also liked, since, as I said, it's based off of more creativity right now. I also do like this introduction of being like of this new thing with weight factors and difficulties of houses and stuff. One thing I would improve though is I believe the weight factors were a bit too much of a factor in general towards like definitely you can see a house in its location, you can sort of think of a difficulty for it, but I don't think it should be very decisive, because in the end it does depend on the team on how they approach it. I mean,
Mhm.
a house cannot be guaranteed to be more difficult than another, right? There are many ways to approach it more easily compared to other houses. So in my opinion, I think the factors should be worth a little less, or the points we are dealing with should be lower in general, so that the factors aren't such a heavy impact on. That's probably the only thing that I'd say to
I kind
improve.
of disagree with you a bit though, because like there were certain maps, I think towards the, I think in the final there was
Mhm.
the I don't remember what the map was, but like the highest difficulty, the landing area was really tiny, and
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
that
Yeah, I
did
agree with.
justify a 1.5%, 1.5
Yeah,
multiplier. You
definitely.
know, how do you
I agree
feel?
with you on that.
How do you feel though that did you like the idea that a team could strategize and
Yes,
maybe
definitely,
play it more
definitely.
safe?
That
So you
was,
think
yeah.
we should do more of that,
I
and
think we
maybe
should continue that. Yeah, yeah.
use the weight
Because like,
factor?
yeah, because based off what I mean is, for example, in Kunger, like actually, let me give an example. So in the final map, yeah, it was like a small landing area. It's something you can definitely define as a hard trick. But when you're given houses such as in Kunger, I believe the low and medium factor, um, see, the thing is, they definitely are different difficulties based off of their environment. But you should remember that since they are competing for time, a team can pretty much do a simple mind jump, and that would basically void the fact that it is a medium difficulty house. For example, I mean, I do believe we saw in the live of the final trick, even though one of the teams went for the hardest difficulty, their trick wasn't anything very difficult. It was quite a splash jump, and given a Wasp M0 and a Ricochet with Plasma Torch, it is very easy to control yourself and land on the pipe area. So, in my opinion, um, I mean, this whole idea is absolutely amazing of introducing a whole new type of strategy or a new type of skill to this contest. You know, having your knowledge on the background information of an environment and knowing how to deal with it. It's much better, because in the past it was mostly just really do it as quickly as possible. I believe that was the mindset of most teams over 2016, 2017. The mindset was really, we gotta do this as quickly as possible to impress people. But this year it's much different. You know, we have to plan in advance which house are we going for, how fast can we do it, is the difficulty of our trick um, worth the factor we are going for, which is a mistake my team actually made. In
Mhm.
the grand final, we went for the lower factor house with a trick that was far too difficult, which was not a smart idea. So yeah, we did not play our cards right for that trick. But it's nice, you know, to introduce this whole type of thing. This whole event happened because this whole new type of strategy was introduced to the contest, and I think that's actually completely amazing. Even though like I blew it and I lost with those
Yeah.
mistakes that happened, it was nice, you know. It's a nice addition to the contest. Whether I won or lost, like something new happened.
At least you know that you didn't lose to bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
It was a question where your opponents, played it smarter, or they had a
Mm-hmm.
better
Mm-hmm.
strategy.
Yeah, yeah. I was a bit bummed though, because after seeing their trick, it
Obviously,
was a
yeah.
lot. Yeah, it was a lot easier. But I mean, that's what it comes down to. You have to forget that you're not only there to impress, but you're also there to do what's most efficient.
Hmm.
So yeah, even though they did a quite easier trick, they secured the spot because they did what was more efficient. So it's nice, you know, to see to see these new types of cards being introduced to the game. So in my opinion, this year this year's Masters of Parkour, even though it was late, it was definitely made up for by being so nicely organized with almost no complaints, with an amazing visual presentation of it, with like completely new rules being presented. So I think honestly, it was an amazing contest, and I would definitely like to take part next year. There isn't really much I can feedback on to improve for this year.
Cool.
So yeah.
What can you tell me about Gauss in parkour?
So Gauss. So in the middle of our collaboration, actually, the impact was completely changed. That was a bit of a bummer, but it was really interesting at first. Not gonna lie. I like how you have a normal shot and a super shot, and I like how the impacts are actually different. I mean, in parkour, the majority of the time you will just see them using the super shot, but with the super shot actually comes some nice timing. I believe the last trick in our collaboration was a nice timing trick. Um, but basically, overall, I like how this turret, as Hazel mentioned, I believe in the previous stream, is a combination of existing factors in the game. You have your striker locking on mechanism. You have like the splash type of feel from Thunder, so it's not too. It's a little familiar for parkourists. You know, they just have to adjust to like the small differences. So overall, I think this turret is honestly great for parkour, as we showed in our video. There's a lot that can be done with it. It's like a striker, but a bit more effective because of the thunder splash. And there are a lot of different ways you can use it. And one of my favorites actually is the way it impacts the user itself. Like for example, if a wasp was actually handstanding, if you were to do this with a thunder, he would just get flipped like back onto his tracks. But with Gauss, you're actually sent in the opposite direction, which is what we displayed in our final trick. So I like that there's something, it's a surprise. That's nice always to see in the impact mechanics. As I said before, it's like you have to aim and time, which is a nice skill, but it's also useful if you need to delay a certain amount of impact in the trick and
Right.
diversify how everyone impacts at what time. So overall, it's a great turret. Nice to see the existing mechanics, and yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more Gauss in parkour, maybe in the next Masters of
Definitely.
Parkour. And I know that our events team is also organizing some parkour tournaments coming soon, and we're supposed to have Torben with us to tell us about this. Is Torben around? Yes? No? No, Torben is not around. Okay. One moment. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, okay. Right. So, do I have someone who can tell me about the new parkour events coming? No. Okay, so we can just make an announcement at a later date. What I can tell you is that... Okay, why is this open? Sorry. Yeah. So what I can tell you is that we've been having discussions about having a more not consistent event, but a more ongoing type of event for parkour, something that doesn't just come once a year. And obviously it won't be as big as Masters of Parkour, but it will give the opportunity to parkourists, up and coming parkourists as well as veterans, to keep their skills sharp and stay competitive. And there will be regular prizes. We're still deciding on the details. There might be kind of a knockout mechanism or a reigning champion mechanism, but it still needs to be decided. But once we have that in place, then we'll make a proper announcement and we'll let you know. So as far as I can see now, the only thing that's left is to do the big giveaway with the Dream Tank. Yeah, so can we get the graphic on screen? And let's see. Live controller. Okay, one moment, we've got some technical difficulties. When does UFO Day start? We've got a question here. So let's find the announcement. Right, so I'm gonna post the announcement in chat here so you can have a look at it. But essentially, yeah, UFO Day starts with the next server restart tomorrow morning. And we're gonna have sales on shop, garage, and upgrades. And those are gonna happen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday 5th, Saturday 6th, and Sunday 7th, respectively. We've got 3 holiday bundles, 10x gold drop frequency, starting from tomorrow till the end of the event, themed decorations, and lots of other goodies. So just look at the announcement. There's all the information. Do we have the graphic on screen? Because I can't really see. Okay. And is there a way that I can see in real time what we're broadcasting? So guys, just to remind you, we're about to draw the winner of the Dream Tank. Sorry, fatigue is setting in. It's been almost 3 hours. Okay. So what should I be looking at right now? Okay. Yeah, so guys, for those of you who are watching me struggle here and sweating bullets because I don't know what's happening, I'm trying to figure out, because if I look at the live stream right now, what I'm seeing is what happened 30 seconds ago, because the live stream is in a delay. But now I'm trying to look at a screen with 4 different icons for 4 different screens, and everything is really tiny, and I'm trying to understand. Okay, let's oh yes, finally. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, let's do this giveaway because I'm really exhausted now. Okay, ready, go. Why is it showing different names? What's happening? Is that the winner? Okay, so Shy gets Dream Tank. Well done. Let's see. Can we have a look at Shy's account? Let's see what rank they are. Can you show us? Where is it? Legend 36, you said? Legend 30. Okay, well, I guess you're getting an M4, Shy. Well done. Guys, let's call this a wrap because it's been a long one. I hope you had fun, and I hope, yeah, Shy one, he is a buyer. Yeah, boo-hoo. Tough luck. Yeah, buyers wins. um, I hope you enjoyed the questions by the questions being answered by Hazel. He did put a lot of work into that. So yeah, jeez, I'm tired. So anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you, big thank you to the organizing team, who literally took care of everything. Fabi, Federica, and the moderators, and everyone involved. Like, they put a proper plan together, like, that I could follow, which I eventually completely disrupted and destroyed. Uh, I was getting people were getting angry at me on the chat, like, follow the plan, follow the plan. So yeah, sorry, that's that's the fun of TV. So yeah, thanks again, and good night.